A urologist with nearly 2 decades on the front lines teams up with a Japanese research consortium to tackle men's most humiliating, silent epidemic, enlarged prostate. After years of real-world clinical work and an investigation that spanned 2 continents, they say they've pinpointed a natural way to deflate the prostate faster than anyone thought possible, without drugs, without surgery, and without side effects. Special Report starts now. Over the past few months, our crew followed Dr. Richard DeLance, a functional urologist and visiting lecturer at Harvard Medical School, on a journey that stretched from American clinics to the mineral-rich soils of Zensuji, Kagawa Prefecture, Japan. Why Zensuji? Because in nearby Okinawa, men age differently. They sleep through the night, pee with force, and keep their dignity well into their 70s and 80s without living in the bathroom. 2 cultures, 2 lifestyles, and a shocking gap in how men age as men. By comparing what these places share and what they don't, Dr. DeLance and a Japanese nutraceutical team uncovered something extraordinary. A silent pattern hidden in food packaging, can linings, bottles, even the heat of your car's cup holder, quietly invading the male body and turning a once precise control system into a leaky, swollen bottleneck. Tonight, you'll see what they found and why it could change everything we think we know about benign prostatic hyperplasia, weak stream, urgency, dribbling, pelvic pressure, and those brutal nights of getting up 4 or 5 times. Especially if you or someone you love wakes up exhausted, fears leaving the house, or feels their masculine confidence slipping away one restless night at a time. Watch closely. If you've ever been told it's just your age, this may be the most important message you'll see this year.
My name is Dr. Richard DeLance. For over 18 years, I've specialized in functional urology. I'm a visiting professor at Harvard Medical School, author of the best-selling book, The Silent Swelling, and I was named by Men's Health as one of the decade's most influential doctors in men's wellness. I say that not to impress you, but so you know why I'm here. I've helped over 16,000 American men get back to peeing with force, sleeping through the night, and reclaiming their self-respect, 100% naturally, without drugs or surgery. Today, I'm going to show you why it is possible to reduce prostate swelling and how you can restore your energy, potency, and freedom to live, even if you've struggled for years. I'll share the cases of ordinary men who saw impressive results in about 5 weeks by doing exactly what you'll see here. At the end, I'll introduce a combination of natural nutrients anchored in saw palmetto, plant sterols, pygeum, stinging nettle, and key minerals that you can begin today to help flush a hidden feminizing compound from your system and return your prostate to a healthy size. No pricey drugs, no side effects, no waiting rooms, no scalpels. There's just one thing I need from you. Stay with me to the end. Because last week, the moment this presentation was announced, I received an anonymous email warning me to be very careful with what I'm about to reveal. I strongly suspect it came from someone linked to Big Pharma, the very machine that makes billions pushing expensive, side effect heavy drugs for enlarged prostate. Drugs that ease some symptoms but never solve the real problem. The truth, they don't want this information to spread. It threatens the profits of giants who depend on you continuing to suffer. Do I know what they'll try to do to take this down? No. That's why I moved this presentation up. Please watch carefully now, because this may be the only time this full content is available. My commitment today and always is to you. My goal is to help as many men as possible break free from this problem. If you stay with me to the end, I promise to show you exactly how. My motivation? It has a name, my father. He was strength, vigor, manhood personified. Ate well, walked daily, never complained. But after 60, things changed. First, a couple extra trips to the bathroom at night. Then it got worse. 4, 5 times a night. Days filled with bladder discomfort, pelvic pressure, and straining to start a stream. What broke me wasn't just the physical pain, it was watching this condition steal his joy. The energetic, smiling man grew withdrawn. Poor sleep made him tired. He began avoiding family gatherings, outings, even short trips, simply because he feared not finding a bathroom in time, or worse, embarrassing himself. Then came the rest. Loss of libido, low energy, trouble concentrating, even anxiety attacks. I tried everything I knew: finasteride, dutasteride, herbal approaches, diet changes. And yet, even as a doctor standing over the case, I felt powerless. Every appointment, the same line: it's your age. One silent night, I got up for water and found my father in the dark, sitting alone with his head in his hands. Minutes later, a spike of pelvic pain brought him to his knees, teeth clenched as if something inside was tearing. We rushed to the hospital. On the bed, exhausted, barely able to stay awake from the pain, his phone buzzed. He glanced at a message from my mother to a friend. "I'm exhausted. I can't keep keep taking care of him like he's my child. I even have to help him in the bathroom. We don't have a couple's life anymore. No intimacy. We're not husband and wife. I watched him read it. His eyes filled. He turned to me and said the words that split my heart in two. Son, I'm not a man anymore. I'm just a burden. I saw my father's dignity ripped away, and I know this is the hidden reality for thousands of men who've lost control of their bladders, who feel their intimate lives fading, who inside feel small and powerless, as if manhood had quietly slipped out the back door. That night, something crystallized. I had no choice. I had to find a real solution, not a band-aid, not a few weeks relief, something that would deflate the prostate, restore confidence, and hand back freedom to my father and to thousands of men living in fear of this swelling turning into prostate cancer and a surgeon's knife. But first, I had to answer one question. Why hadn't anything worked? The breakthrough. Japan versus USA. Throughout my training and practice, I'd heard a familiar refrain. Prostate swelling is caused by aging, but field comparisons Japan versus USA didn't add up. This is Mr. Takashi, 72, Okinawa. Never taken prostate meds, never wakes up to urinate, still has the energy and desire to be intimate with his wife. This is Robert, 76, Denver, wakes up 4 to 5 times a night, always tired, takes 2 prostate drugs daily, has considered surgery. I feel like a zombie, he said. Japan's Ministry of Health reports just 3 out of 100 men over 60 experience BPH. In the US, 6 out of 10. It's not genetics, not luck. Both are men, both age, both produce testosterone. So, what's going on? The Tokyo study. In January 2023, a team from the University of Tokyo invested nearly a year analyzing what protects Japanese men. If they found it, maybe they'd land the first definitive answer for the West. For 11 months, they checked diet, hormones, sleep, stress, genetics. Nothing explained why Japanese prostates stayed calm even with alcohol, carbs, and cigarettes. Then they did something bold, testing 2,000 men, ages 60 to 80, half Japanese, half American. Diet logs, exercise profiles, genetics, hormone panels, and yes, digital exams. Still no simple answer until they mapped the chemical environment of what men eat and drink from. They found American men had deranged DHT, a potent testosterone metabolite, lower total testosterone, and elevated estrogen. Not just numbers, symptoms: low mood, fatigue, libido loss, erectile dysfunction, memory concerns. The trail pointed to a notorious endocrine disruptor embedded in our food system, bisphenol A, BPA. BPA is a chemical compound used in plastics and the resin linings of cans. Heat or time leaches tiny particles into what you eat and drink. Once inside, BPA mimics female estrogen and scrambles male hormone balance. Its most dangerous effect, it pushes the male body to overproduce DHT in the wrong way, driving the prostate to swell day after day. Think of BPA as fuel on a fire you can't see. The Tokyo group then checked prostate tissue from 27 men after partial resections. In over 80% of cases, the tissue was impregnated with BPA. Hormone panels showed the same pattern: low testosterone, deranged DHT, elevated estrogen. For the first time, a study physically showed BPA doesn't just circulate in blood, it installs itself inside prostate tissue, feminizing the male terrain from within. The bottom line: the real cause of an enlarged prostate isn't just age, genes, diet, or natural testosterone decline. The culprit behind weak stream, urgency, dribbling, and pelvic pressure is a silent chemical compound called BPA, a disguised female hormone entering men daily through plastic bottles, can linings, food containers, and even thermal receipt paper. Environmental health perspectives published that 78% of men over 50 carry dangerous BPA levels in their blood. Why does this wreck you? The prostate is hormone sensitive. BPA imitates estrogen, knocks down testosterone, throws DHT off, and triggers silent swelling. The prostate grows, pressing on your bladder, compressing your urethra, breaking your urinary and sexual function. For years, your body tries to neutralize it. After decades of exposure, the defense fails. The balloon doesn't just inflate, it starts pressing on everything that makes you feel in control. Visual proof case: 62-year-old male, advanced BPH, those red clusters, high BPA concentration inside prostate tissue. 5 weeks later, after a BPA elimination protocol, result: 78% reduction in prostate volume, stronger stream, intimacy revived, without surgery. The body just needed to be freed from the toxin that was jamming the system. The at-home check. At your next bathroom trip, notice: when you finish, do you still feel some urine is trapped? Do you have to wait a few seconds until it finally ends? Do drops leak after you think you're done? If yes, and if you strain, that's a classic sign BPA has begun inflaming your prostate and blocking the urethra. It's not just age. If it were, you'd have solved it by now. Picture your prostate as the male control valve, a living ring that wraps the urethra and controls with clockwork precision pressure and flow. At a busy airport without a control tower, planes drift onto collision courses. In your body, when the valve swells, it strangles flow, backs up urine, inflames the pelvis, and scrambles hormones. Good news: just as you can upgrade a control tower's systems, you can recalibrate the male control valve, even after 50, if you push BPA out and fortify the terrain with the right nutrients in the right dose using the right delivery. Go back to the culture comparison. In Japan, especially especially Okinawa, men eat, drink, and smoke more than most Western wellness gurus would allow, yet they don't live with enlarged prostates. What protects them? A 2021 Harvard Medical School report highlighted a specific group of phytonutrients, common in Eastern diets, capable of deactivating and eliminating BPA, especially from the prostate, where it tends to lodge. Men who regularly consumed these nutrients rarely showed prostate enlargement, had balanced hormone profiles, and solid urinary function, even after 70. Imaging showed deflated tissue, regulated DHT, and restored flow. I needed to see this work in the real world. I gathered my team and tested the protocol with roughly 3,000 volunteers, men 45, 60, even 83. Some ate clean, others lived on drive-thrus. We ran weeks of testing and detailed exams. At the end, my jaw dropped. The formula drastically reduced blood BPA in all participants. About 94% reported major improvement within 30 days. Stronger stream, fewer all-day dribbles, potent erections, renewed desire, and on exams, real reductions in prostate size. The remaining 6%, the most advanced cases, improved progressively over subsequent weeks. What surprised me even more? Beyond urinary and sexual function, virtually all volunteers reported more energy, steadier mood, deep sleep, more controlled blood pressure and cholesterol, even clearer thinking, all without surgery, without hormones, without heavy drugs, simply by helping the body get rid of the disguised female hormone that had been throwing everything off inside. Why did it make so much sense? Because these nutrients, still eaten daily in Japan, work directly to neutralize and escort out toxic compounds, especially BPA. Along with BPA, they help clear other residues that tangle the hormonal axis, slow metabolism, and burden cardiovascular health. When the body truly detoxes, the prostate deflates, the stream returns, testosterone responds, and a man regains his thirst for life, his virility, his control. And guess which country consumes these nutrients the most? Japan, where enlarged prostate is rare, surgery rates are low, and male longevity ranks among the highest on Earth. Coincidence? I don't think so. As we trace this pattern, a focused set of time-tested botanicals surfaced, used for decades in men's health. Saw palmetto, berries, plant sterol complex, rich in beta-cytosterol, Pygeum africanum, bark. Rather than one exotic fruit, the breakthrough was stacking these extracts at clinical standardizations to target the valve from multiple angles: enzyme balance, inflammatory tone, and urinary comfort. We sourced high-quality lots and moved fast. I started my father right away. Day 1 to 3, nothing.
Son, I slept through the night without getting up to pee, the first time in years.
Nothing else in his routine had changed. As days passed, he reported less pelvic pain, fewer nighttime trips, stronger stream. In week 6, we ran a new ultrasound, 72% reduction in prostate size. He was energized, confident, smiling again. We went to his favorite restaurant to celebrate. He ate what he wanted: burger, bacon, donuts, pizza, even had a beer, and slept through the night. The next morning, he said,
Son, I woke up like I haven't in a long time, light, rested, and best of all, without the agony of getting up at night.
And yes, my mother noticed the spark had returned to their intimate life. In that moment, I knew keeping this to ourselves would be selfish. I brought in a larger batch, enrolled about 2,000 men with BPH, many already scheduled for surgery. In weeks, the theory proved out again. Over 90% reported a quick drop in nighttime urgency, stronger stream, more daytime energy, and smaller prostates on imaging, all without extreme diets, rigid routines, or weekly rectal exams. The spine of the protocol became clear: a clinical stack anchored in saw palmetto, fruit, plant sterol complex, and Pygeum africanum, bark, a trio long associated with healthier urinary flow and a calmer male system. To amplify and stabilize results, my team added cofactors with direct roles in the male system. Zinc. The prostate concentrates more zinc than almost any tissue. We supply it to support enzymatic balance. Selenium. Paired with zinc, it drives antioxidant enzymes that protect delicate tissue. Vitamin E, cell membrane support that cushions oxidative stress in pelvic tissues. Vitamin B6, a cofactor in hormone metabolism and neurotransmission, important when you're resetting feedback loops. Nettle, leaf, supports urinary comfort and interacts with SHBG, a knot in male hormone dynamics. To my lycopene, a targeted antioxidant men have relied on for decades. Green tea, leaf, catechins that help quiet the inflammatory tone. Medicinal mushrooms, reishi meitake shiitake, immunomodulating allies that help settle the terrain. Raspberry, fruit and graviola soursop, leaf, polyphenol-rich plants that support oxidative balance. Cat's claw, bark, traditional support for a calmer immune environment. Broccoli, stems and florets, a natural source of compounds that support detox pathways. We set a pharma-level QA standard, every raw material tested by FTIR to verify identity, HPLC to confirm purity and potency and full microbiological panels. GMP manufacturing, enteric microencapsulation to survive stomach acid, release in the intestine, and circulate quickly so active compounds actually reach the male control systems they're designed to support. The result of years of clinical practice, lab work, and validation in real men earned a name, AlphaMax Prost. AlphaMax Prost is a comprehensive, natural formula that combines all of this. It's made to help your body neutralize and escort out endocrine-disrupting residues like BPA, calm the inflammatory tone, support healthy hormonal balance, and restore the male control valve.
Doctor, thank you. I can leave the house without the terror of not finding a bathroom. My confidence is back. I feel lighter. Thank you.
I hadn't slept through the night in years. Now I sleep in peace and wake up rested.
Robert, 74, had surgery scheduled. Today he says he avoided the scalpel and got the pleasure with his wife back. Charles, 68, sent me his results with a proud smile. Prostate back to normal, and he's out walking with his wife again. Standard drugs are built to blunt symptoms, often with heavy trade-offs. AlphaMax Prost was designed to act where symptom drugs don't reach. Neutralize and dislodge BPA, a detox support backbone with plant sterol complex, calcium D-glucarate, broccoli-derived compounds, green tea catechins, quercetin, and urinary botanicals, uva ursi, buchu, juniper, parsley, to support binding, conjugation, and elimination of endocrine-disrupting residues. Less toxic pressure means a greater chance for the male control valve to relax. Calm the inflammatory loop. Vitamin E, selenium, green tea, medicinal mushrooms, and cat's claw help buffer oxidative stress and tame the inflammatory feedback that keeps swelling on. Rebalance the male terrain. Saw palmetto, pygeum, nettle, zinc, and lycopene support a more favorable hormonal environment, complementing detox so results hold. That's why we see fewer bathroom trips, stronger flow, real sleep, and intimacy, without harsh stimulants or dependence on a prescription that never goes to the root. We didn't cherry-pick cases. We recruited about 3,000 men, ages 45 to 83, from all walks: clean eaters, fast food fans, gym goers, retirees. We ran baseline labs, questionnaires, and imaging when indicated. Results: BPA levels plummeted in everyone. In 30 days, roughly 94% reported major symptom improvement. The other 6% improved too, just over more weeks. Secondary benefits: energy up, steadier mood, deeper sleep, blood pressure and cholesterol trending better. Many reported clearer minds, which makes sense when your nights stop being chopped to pieces. Men said it felt like life was given back to them, not because we gave a stimulant or a new symptom management pill, but because the body was freed to work the way it was designed. Online, you'll find BPA tips everywhere. Don't microwave plastic, avoid canned soup, use stainless bottles, skip thermal receipts, all good ideas, but they don't undo years of accumulation inside tissue, and they don't deliver therapeutic doses of the specific nutrients Japan unintentionally baked into its culture. Our job was to handle the hard part: sourcing clinical grade extracts, nailing delivery, ensuring lot-to-lot purity, and make the user's parts simple. One capsule before bed, every day. And now you're probably asking, Dr. DeLance, how much is this going to cost me? When a natural, non-patentable protocol threatens a billion-dollar sector, the system creaks. Our ingredients are rare. Lead times can be months. Big labs would rather you never see this. The last batch flew off the shelves. For this presentation, I reserved 89 bottles. That's what we can ship today. When they're gone, the next batch will take 3 to 6 months to produce because we refuse to cut corners on purity and testing. Many men secure 6, even 12 bottles at a time. I wouldn't be surprised if this stock sells out today. Special condition: the more bottles you choose, the greater the discount. Men often ask, why do you recommend 6 months? Because month 1, the body starts catching up, reducing circulating BPA, easing the inflammatory tone. Nighttime urgency drops, post-dribble fades. Month 2, prostate tissue begins to settle. The male control valve loosens its grip on the urethra. Streams stabilize. Month 3, sleep stabilizes. Pelvic pressure is minimal. Partners often notice mood up, energy up, intimacy back. Months 4 to 6, you build durability, the difference between a good week and a new normal. Imaging often shows significant volume reduction between weeks 6 to 12. Can men feel changes sooner? Yes, many do in 1 to 2 weeks. But the deep reset, the one that sticks, deserves a 6-month runway. Alpha blockers can relax prostate muscle tone, but they don't deal with BPA inside tissue. Common trade-offs: dizziness, fatigue, low blood pressure, fainting. 5-alpha reductase inhibitors can shrink the gland over months by altering conversion pathways, but side effects can include ED and low libido, exactly what men are trying to protect. Surgery: e.g. TRP, can mechanically widen the channel. It has its place, but every surgery carries risks and recovery and does nothing about why the prostate was swelling. If you never address the toxic pressure, BPA, you're bailing water from a leaky boat. When you build a formula like this, standardized, lab-verified, enterically microencapsulated, manufactured under GMP, you create something that should cost $380 per bottle. But this mission isn't about creating an elite club of men who get their lives back. It's about freeing as many men as possible from the humiliation of BPH. Outside this page, AlphaMax Prost lists at $213 per bottle. Why? Because standardized, verified extracts aren't cheap to obtain. FTIR, HPLC, microbiology on every raw and every lot aren't cheap. GMP manufacturing with enteric microencapsulation isn't cheap. Random sampling of finished product to confirm exact dosages isn't cheap. Discarding an entire batch the moment something is off isn't cheap. That's what a real standard costs, and it's why so many brands won't do it. But because this isn't about building an elite club, it's about freeing men at scale, we created an exclusive path from this presentation. Today, here only, 6-month kit for $49 per bottle, 3-bottle kit for $69 per bottle, 2-bottle kit for $79 per bottle. It's exclusive to this presentation, so you can urinate like a man and sleep like you used to. Bank-level encryption at checkout. Same-day shipping with tracking to your door. Shortly, on this page, you'll be directed to the purchase area. Stay with me a little longer. I'm going to show you everything else you stand to gain. Even for less than $2 a day, I know a voice may whisper, "Too good to be true." So, I did what the traditional system won't. I put the risk on our side. You have a full 180-day guarantee. Yes, 6 months to use AlphaMax Prost and feel the change. If you don't notice reduced prostate swelling, a stronger stream and more complete emptying, better sleep without getting up all night, more energy and virility, contact our team. We'll guide you through the process and you'll receive a refund of your investment. Use the bottles, empty them, keep the boxes. If you're not excited by your own results, we'll return every cent. The risk is ours, the potential gain is yours. When you secure AlphaMax Prost today, you're not alone. You get VIP support, my team at your side to answer questions, guide usage, and help maximize results. And exclusively for the first 30 buyers, you also receive these digital bonuses: the Unshakable Energy Guide, a protocol to reclaim drive without stimulants, the Anti-Belly Routine, a simple method to flatten your midsection without a gym, and 7 foods that are silently feminizing you. Plus, those first 30 buyers enter a drawing to win VIP tickets to NFL games. No bonuses for orders beyond the first 30. Attention, the only place to get AlphaMax Prost is on this official page. It isn't sold in pharmacies for obvious reasons, nor on Amazon or eBay to avoid counterfeits. That keeps quality tight and your results consistent. I know the price of managing symptoms, the money and the toll on a marriage. I watched my father suffer. I watched him nearly give up. And I remember the day he slept through the night, urinated with a strong stream, and told me he felt alive again. That day is priceless. So how much is it worth to you to sleep through the night, empty your bladder, travel without fear, look your wife in the eyes, and feel admired? Not as someone living ashamed, but as a man. To be the example of strength your children and grandchildren admire. A man who values his health, his virility, and his self-respect. We could charge $500, $600, even $1,000, and it would still be a bargain for what it represents. But I won't. Today, because you stayed, you can secure AlphaMax Prost for $49 bottle in the 6-month kit, free shipping and complete treatment, $69 bottle in the 3-bottle kit, shipping not included, or $79 bottle in the 2-bottle kit, shipping not included. Remember, only 89 bottles have been allocated to this presentation, and the next batch won't be ready for 3 to 6 months. This is your moment. Choose your kit below and proceed to the next step of checkout. And remember, the best value and most durable transformation come with the 6-bottle kit. Donald68, just thank you. I can leave the house without terror. My confidence is back. I feel light again. Michael, for the first time in years, I sleep through the night. I wake rested. My wife and I have our life back. We don't play games with fake countdown timers. The reality is simple. Ingredients from Japan have long lead times. We refuse to cut corners on purity and testing. Big labs would rather you never see a non-patented solution that targets BPA. The last batch evaporated. We set aside 89 bottles for this presentation. When they're gone, the next batch ships in 3 to 6 months. Men who sleep through the night for the first time in years rarely buy 1 bottle. They buy 3, 6, even 12, so they never go backward. That's why stock disappears fast. You wake up and you're not mentally scanning the room for the nearest bathroom. You cross town without mapping gas station stops. You dine with your wife and stay in the conversation, not in the restroom. You sleep. Your energy returns. You show up. You're present with your family, not trapped in a cycle of worry, shame, and fatigue. In the mirror, you recognize yourself, the man who leads, provides, laughs, plans, and lives. This isn't exaggeration. It's what happens when the valve stops choking your life. This moment splits into two paths. Do nothing. Keep managing nights, mapping bathrooms, apologizing to yourself and your wife. Book a future appointment titled, "We need to talk about surgery," or go to the root cause. Neutralize the female hormone in disguise lodged in your prostate, deflate the gland, free the urethra, sleep, live, lead. I watched my father choose the second path. I watched him sleep. I watched him smile. I heard him say, "I feel alive again." If that's what you want, choose your kit below and click Next Step. If you've landed on the payment page, there's still stock. In this opportunity, you wake once out of habit, then realize you don't need to go. You smile and fall back asleep. Wednesday, you cross the city, sit in a meeting, and don't step out twice for the bathroom. You actually listen. Friday, dinner with your wife. You're engaged, calm, present. When you get home, intimacy isn't a negotiation against fatigue and interruptions. Saturday, you take your grandson to the park and don't scan the place for a bathroom. He remembers the laughter, not the line you waited in at a public restroom, because there wasn't one. That's what happens when the valve unlocks and BPA exits the scene. Scroll to the kits and click the option you want. 6 bottles recommended for durable results and the lowest price. You'll land on our checkout page with bank-level encryption, the same class used by major banks. Enter your shipping and payment details. Click Submit. You'll get instant confirmation and will ship the same day, orders before final pickup. Typical delivery under a week, continental US. Free shipping only for the 6-bottle kit, today only. No hidden fees. If you don't love how you feel, the 180-day guarantee has you covered. I still remember the night my father read that message on my mother's phone. I still remember the words, "I'm not a man anymore, I'm just a burden." If you've ever felt that, even for a moment, you know why I didn't let this go. I watched him sleep through the night, wake rested, urinate with a strong stream, and be more fully erect. I watched my mother exhale. I watched their marriage breed. That's when I knew. I wouldn't let a hidden chemical decide who my father had the right to be, and I won't let it decide who you have the right to be. If you've ever looked in the mirror and missed the man you used to be, this is your chance to find him again. The risk is ours. The potential gain, sleep, flow, energy, dignity is yours. Click your 6-bottle kit below. Hit Next Step. Complete checkout will ship today. And tonight, as you lie down, know that you just made the sanest, most masculine, most forward-thinking choice you could make. Thank you for listening. I hope to read your message in my inbox next month, the one that says, "Doctor, thank you. I slept through the night, my flow is strong again, my wife sees the difference, and for the first time in years, I feel like myself, I feel alive again."